Hello, welcome with Path of Exile 2 zero point 0.5 releasing very soon. I wanted to do a little video about the small project that I've been working on in zero point 0.4, and this is about my SSF journey slash yeah solo project to try and get a Holy Grail, which usually means like trying to collects each of the unique items in the game. For me, I thought because the temple in this past patch has been so powerful with rewards it's been giving and the amount of items you can find there, I thought it would be the perfect time to try and collect all of the unique items that I could. So my main goal was to try and 100% this tab. Of course, you already know that I didn't find everything, as you could see from the title of the video. But I would just quickly want to go through everything that I did find and also talk about the things I did not find. So let's start. That's everything here. First item that I didn't found was one of the rings. This is an item from one of the corrupted Nexus bosses. Um, I want to quickly talk about this Grip of Kulamak, which is from the Abyss boss. And as you can see, I have one of each of the sort of, yeah, forms or uh, stages of this unique item. It's quite funny I think if you reforge it or try to reforge it, it'll come back as a thing without any affixes. But that's also the only one that fits into the unique tab. So these other ones, they don't fit. Uh, but I still wanted to get one of each. The rest I all have until we get to belts. The belt that I didn't find was also an item from a corrupted Nexus boss. What a surprise. Anyway, let's carry on. There's these gloves that I didn't find. I'll come back to that in a moment. Then we have all the boots. There's one body armor that I didn't find or I didn't even attempt to find. And that is Temporalis. Of course, it's from the Sekima trial of the Sekimas. And as you can see, uh, I do have the relics here that you use to then get a unique item dropped from the boss, or in this case, uh, an extra bar. Yeah, well, whoop-de-doo. Anyway, the other ones give you unique item. This slot here would be reserved for, I think it's called the Last Flame. And if you then kill the boss with that in your set, it would drop Temporalis. Um, I haven't done that yet. Let's continue. Everything else we have until we get to scepters. Um, I will come back to this scepter in a moment. For now, this missing scepter I'm actually using in this build, so I actually do have it. I just like to play this character, so I'm using it at the moment. And then the rest I also have. So, these two items. These gloves are from another item that you could get from the Trial of the Sekimas. However, I think it was drop disabled. At least that's what I can find on the wiki. Here it says drop disabled. If you look at these gloves, they drop when you use this relic in your Sekima run. But also this relic, they disabled. Maybe bring it back at another time, rework the item. I'm not sure. These just don't drop, but they still have room in the unique tab. The same sort of goes for these the one scepter that I showed, and I think they renamed the different scepters. They used to be called just Guiding Palm. I guess I'm not entirely sure. I would have to check my standard stuff for that, but that's why these two items here have spaces in the unique tab, but don't actually drop. So I guess, in my opinion, they don't count, but it doesn't fill up the unique tab. Um, so then, actually, the couple items that I didn't get, if we disregard the scepter and these gloves, would be Temporalis, the belt from the Corrupted Nexus boss, and the ring from the Corrupted Nexus bosses. Now, Corrupted Nexus bosses. Oh boy. I'm still trying to get these items. I don't think it's realistic that I'm going to get them. The problem is that you have to go all around your atlas trying to find these corrupted nexus maps that then contained a corrupted boss. So what happens is after you kill the map boss in this map, the corrupted boss spawns, and then you can kill that, and well, hopefully it'll drop you your unique item. However, actually, I'll bring this up once more because if you look at what it says here, the area contains a corrupted boss, and that's sort of where the problem lies because normally what you would do to like juice up a map boss is to use, for example, this overseer's tablet like this with like extra quantity of items dropped by map bosses, extra rarity of items dropped by map bosses. You could even give map bosses additional modifiers, have them be hunted by as merry spirits to just pump up their item or their mob rarity. And you also have these points on the tree here to give them even more quantity and rarity. However, that is for map bosses. And as you saw on the atlas, these bosses are corrupted bosses. They are not actually map bosses. So any of these tricks or any of these ways to juice them up don't work on the corrupted Nexus bosses. Um, so the best strategy for what I could come up with to try and uh, juice up these corrupted bosses as much as possible was to use uh, a map with 6 mods, use an Omri of chaotic rarity to get 100 plus rarity on the map, then use a tablets or 1 or 2 tablets like these with effectiveness, rarity of items on the prefixes, and then for suffixes, there's not much except like giving an extra rare modifier to unique monsters, which this one only gives it to map bosses, which once again, the corrupted bosses are not map bosses, but they are unique monsters, so you could give them an extra rare modifier here. And also, would use the delirium to, well, have the entire map be in delirium and get the delirium modifier as well. And then the last thing that I would do was use an Advarius to get, I guess, my yeah, rarity on my player to 200% instead of normal 100%, just for the Nexus boss. When it spawns, I just switch in this ring. So that would be my strategy uh, to try and get the unique drop from one of those bosses. The last thing that I tried was to um, spec into shrines and try to get a seeking shrine, which gives me another 100% player rarity. So I would go up to 300%. It worked once. I got one of the 3 items. So the Corrupted Nexus bosses can drop 3 unique items specifically from them. Um, it's that ring, that belt, and then these gloves, which I got one of them. So that's nice, but the other 2 haven't gotten yet. And yeah, that's how far I've gotten in the past, I guess, couple of months now that the league has been going. It'll end soon. I don't think it's realistic that I get either of the 2 last items from the corrupted Nexus bosses. Um, I could try to get Temporalis. Well, first I would need to drop the relic, and then I would need to get a build that is sort of certain in, well, strong enough or cheesy enough to be certain to get to complete the entire Sakuma run. If you have any suggestions on how I should do that, please let me know. If you have any other suggestions or things I didn't think about with trying to juice up the corrupted Nexus boss, let me know as well. I'll be glad to hear it. I'll be glad to try it because, as you can see, the temple gives you so many things. I can try out quite a few strategies. Anyway, that's what I've been trying to do these past couple months in the league. It's been very fun. I highly recommend Path of Exile 2 to anyone. It's been a joy to play, and it's also low entry, low difficulty for entry. But I think you can see here how many things you can do and how deep the game is so far. They're still being worked on, so there's more to come. Let's see what happens in 0.5. Bye.